Hello, friends. How are you doing? Well, I think you are doing good. Now, in this session, this is a very short session. I'm going to tell you how exactly you can represent big numbers in your C Sharp application. Now, I have a reference for you. Look at this. For different locale means different country and language, or the combination of it, we have different ways to represent numbers. For for English and French, Canadian, we use spaces. For Danish, we use spaces too. And some uses comma, some uses spaces, and some even Italian version, you can see they use dots. I can enlarge this, okay? You can see for Italian, they use dots, right? So it's difficult to understand exactly that it's difficult and it's really cumbersome to represent numbers in different countries in different locales. Now in Visual Studio there's a very easy way to represent all your number in any way you want. So let me show you how you can do that. Let me fire Visual Studio, create a new project, create a console app, next. I can name this as represent big numbers. All right, and click next. I'm using .NET 7 for that matter. Like to use top level statements, not like to use top level statements. That means I'd like to have my public static void main everything intact. All right, now let us have a large number. Let's say long or even int. You can go int too. Int number. All right. Now, if you have a large number like this, it's difficult to read, right? It's difficult to read. It's really difficult. You won't understand what is this. Now, for India, we can say this is ones place. This is tenth, ones, tenth, hundred. This is ones, tens, hundred. So we can give a little comma in here, right? And then ones, this is ones, this is tens, hundred, thousand. So we give a comma like this, okay? Comma, thousand. And then 10,000. Some people give comma here, 10,000. And then lakh. So after that we have got lakh. Now 10 lakh, this is 10 lakhs. And then 100 lakh will make a crore. So it's like 989 crores, 89 lakhs, 89,056. That's what we Indians say, all right? So we call it in lakhs and thousands like that. And many countries follow this rule. However, in USA and in other countries, most of the countries in the world, they use this thousands, millions, billions. It is fine. Thousand, millions, and billions. So this is thousand place, this is million, this is thousands, of course, and then comes the million, and then it's the billion. So it's reached like 9,898,989,056, right? So it is just a matter of choice how you represent your numbers. But problem is, you know, the problem is how do you write these commas? Do you want to write commas or do you don't want to write commas? Now, if you don't write anything at all, it is really cumbersome to read. It's difficult to read, right? Now, to make our lives easier, what we can do is pretty simple. We can give underscores. See how beautiful. And you can do that in any way you want. You can either do this or maybe you can put underscores in the Indian way or any way. You can always put underscores, and the .NET is just going to understand this absolutely good. Let me print this number and show you this is just the same number as before. So the key takeaway is you can have underscores in your numbers just to represent them beautifully, just so that you don't confuse while coding, right, to represent big numbers. So that was the thing. I hope that that will help you, and you can put as many underscores as follows. It doesn't matter, we can put underscores as many places as follow, as many places as you want, right? So that won't be a trouble at all. So you can just separate numbers in underscores. Maybe that you having certain code, computer code or something, you want to separate them in underscores, maybe some IP address or something, you can always represent them. But understand, this is not going to add underscores and going to be a fatal for a number taking a string. It's not a string at all. It is just a kind of representation. So if I run it, it is the same number, right? So that means right from now, if you're working on big numbers and if you're wording how to be writing, how to be representing those big numbers, use underscores according to your convenience. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have got more questions, doubts of this nature, you can ask me questions, comment below. And yeah, I take online tuition. So if you want to take online classes on .NET, please do call me. My number, my website's address, and everything is given below in the comment section. Sorry, in the main description section. Stay tuned. Bye bye.